Across the world, there are locations so haunted and so cursed that even authorities forbid entry, yet people still sneak inside. Here are 3 stories of the most forbidden places in the world. On the 25th of February 2025, police were called to an apartment on the 11th floor of an apartment building in Otsu City. A man named Yasuzo Iwasaki, 78, and his wife, 70-year-old Kimi Iwasaki, had been found on the floor severely beaten. Yasuzo had sadly passed away, while his wife had been beaten unconscious. They both had multiple injuries to their heads and bodies consistent with being hit by a blunt object. Police didn't have to wait long to find out who the culprit was. When Kimi recovered consciousness, she told them that her son, Makoto Iwasaki, had attacked them both, chasing his mother to the elevator before fleeing, believing them both to be dead. A murder warrant was issued immediately, and authorities released security footage while news outlets urged the public for information. But Makoto vanished without a trace, and the case began to grow cold. Then in May 2025, the mystery took a chilling turn. At the base of Mount Fuji lies a forest unlike any other. Known as Aokigahara, the Sea of Trees, it stretches over 35 square kilometres of twisted, silent trails. Locals call it Jokai, but the forest is infamous worldwide, not for its beauty, but for its dark reputation. For decades, Aokigahara has been linked with hundreds of deaths. Suicides, disappearances, and abandoned bodies are discovered here every year, earning it a place among the world's most haunted and tragic forests. Police patrol the area, and signs warn visitors to reconsider if they are in despair. Yet people continue to enter, driven by curiosity, obsession, or desperation. On that spring day in May 2025, a hiker was walking through Aokigahara when he stumbled upon something terrifying. A partially skeletonized body hidden deep within the trees. The horrified hiker ran straight to alert the authorities, and when police ran a DNA test, they found it was none other than the decomposed remains of Makoto Iwasaki. Whether he fled to the forest with the intention of ending it all, or he went to hide and perished, is not known, but either way, he found a horrifying end in the cursed forest. Beneath the streets of Paris lies a hidden world few dare to enter, the Paris Catacombs. Stretching over 200 miles of tunnels, they hold the remains of around 6 million people, stacked meticulously along narrow corridors. Originally created in the late 18th century to solve the city's overflowing cemeteries, the catacombs are now a labyrinth of history, death, and mystery. While a small section is open to the public, most of the tunnels are off limits, patrolled by police to prevent accidents and preserve the fragile underground network. But for decades, urban explorers known as cataphiles have risked everything to uncover the secrets buried below Paris. In 2004, police stumbled upon something extraordinary, a fully equipped cinema hidden deep within the catacombs. The tiny theatre had rows of seats, a projector, and film reels. It was clear that someone had created a secret sanctuary, far from the world above, complete with fully stocked bar and professionally installed electricity. A surreal, almost impossible discovery in the heart of the underground maze. But when police went back the next day, the cinema had been fully dismantled and removed, and a single message on the wall sent a chill through them. Scrawled on the wall in chalk were 6 ominous words: "Do not try to find us." News of the discovery spread, but the identities of the people who built the cinema and whether they remained in the catacombs were never revealed. Some speculate it was a community of cataphiles living underground for weeks at a time. Others whisper more terrifying theories that there are permanent residents in the miles of dark tunnels, and the message was a warning from something more sinister. Over the years, the catacombs have seen their share of disappearances and near tragedies. Visitors report echoing footsteps, flickering lights, and a palpable sense of being watched. Equipment malfunctions are common, and some explorers emerge shaken, claiming the tunnels seem to shift and distort, as if alive. The story of the hidden cinema is a chilling reminder. The catacombs are not just a historical curiosity, but a place where curiosity can quickly turn into tragedy. Nobody would willingly spend a night on Poveglia Island, Italy, a place strictly off limits after numerous explorers suffered injuries and mysterious phenomena. But one YouTuber, Dara Ta, did exactly that in 2024. He navigated the crumbling ruins of the abandoned asylum, buildings that could collapse at any moment. As he explored, he thought he saw someone staring at him down a dark hallway, and strange flickering lights appeared in rooms long abandoned. A tiny speck between Venice and Lido, Poveglia's dark history stretches back centuries. In the 18th century it became a quarantine island, a final stop for thousands suffering from the plague. Corpses were burned or buried in mass graves as they attempted to stop the spread of the terrible medieval disease that killed millions. Later, the island housed a mental asylum where patients endured cruel treatments, and according to some reports, staff often went mad or even died. There's also the story of the asylum doctor, a man whose cruelty became legend. He was said to experiment on patients with brutal and inhumane methods, torturing them but calling it treatment. Some accounts claim he became so unhinged that he eventually took his own life in the bell tower, a place that is still haunted by his restless ghost. By the 1960s, the asylum was closed, leaving behind crumbling buildings and the lingering spirits. Determined to document the activity, Dara planted cameras, motion sensors, and other ghost hunting equipment. Almost immediately, all of it stopped working at once. His flashlight cut out, and a sudden heat trail seemed to guide him to the notorious haunted bell tower. Motion detectors tripped in empty hallways, and recordings captured unsettling words like leave, incident, and explode. When he finally left the island, red scratches and blotches covered his hands. Dara Ta had said he never believed in ghosts, but he admitted that much of what happened that night was difficult to explain. Visitors and explorers who have braved Poveglia often report the same. A feeling that the island is alive with the memories of those who suffered there. The plague victims, the tortured asylum patients, and the countless souls who lost their lives. Even stepping foot on the island during the day can be unsettling. At night, it's almost unbearable. Dara Ta's daring adventure adds one more chapter to the island's notorious legacy. It's a stark reminder that curiosity can be a danger when it comes to places steeped in tragedy, death, and history.